because
So I will going to share this on the Trello, the link. Meanwhile, you can have this link with you on the chat, and let's start about the programming. So as I told you, logistic regression is used for categorical variable, where your dependent variable is categorical. So here we took a Titanic data set, and in that Titanic data set, our prediction is based on the passenger features, passenger input features. We will going to predict whether he will going to survive or not, or he will going to deceased. You might have seen Titanic movie. In that, many passenger they died, and some of them they are still alive. So what was the scenario? What was the feature based on that? The Kaggle has made one Titanic data set. In that we have worked here. So before starting, you come to know what are their input feature. Is your let me show you. So this is the data set, Titanic data set. How you can find it out? Like so you can find out the data like what was the passenger ID. Survived is your target column, where 0 and 1 representing 0 is for death, 1 is for alive. P class means passenger class, in which class he was traveling, what was the name of the candidate, his gender, his age, and these are some other features, fare, cabin, embark, this even these other data set features. So based on this, we need to find it out. These are my input feature, all are my input feature. B is my target one, dependent one, that I need to find it out. And why it is representing 0, 1? Because it was earlier survive and deceased only, survive and death. But when you convert it into this one hot encoding, that is in the form of 0, 1, it will be more easy for your model. It will be more easy for your model to understand. Okay, because when the data is more numeric, it will be easy for your algorithm, whether it is linear or logistic regression, to convert it or to understand it in the form of a expression. What was the linear regression expression I told you last time? B naught plus b1x b2x. If you remember, I've explained you how you are representing that. You were representing like this your formulas, which was something like this. It was y is your target variable, b naught plus b1x, where b naught and b1 is your input feature, b2x, right? X is one input feature, b2x is one more feature. For example, x is your passenger ID, x2 is your p class, x3 is your name, or maybe a name is not a name, or you can say gender. See, obviously what happened in the Titanic movie, it was consideration, like it was considering that in that Titanic movie, the people they were saving first, women and children first, and then the men's they were trying to save it first. So based on this gender, their age, and their like passenger ID, other thing, they are the deciding factor in finding out whether that passenger has survived at the end or he deceased. So like this we need to calculate it. So when every column is a numeric format, it will be easy to present it in this formula and to calculate it your prediction y, that will be 0 and 1. Okay, so this is a part of a data set. Let me rub this. Yeah, now here you can see that I've imported pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn. Why these are imported? Pandas is to read a file, NumPy is to convert each rows of your data set, to convert each rows, this one, into the vector. Okay, once you convert it into the vector, it will be easy for the model to learn and to understand, and for learning perspective it will be easy. Then I am uploading, because I'm working in a Google Colab. I'm using this from google.colab import file. You can, if you will going to work on a Jupyter notebook, you can use it pd.read csv.
So what is the meaning of that percentage bet matplotlib
Yeah,
inline?
this percentage matplotlib inline is a function which is used to like represent that matplotlib internally will going to work. Means there are two functions are there, not function as a library. So here you have imported matplotlib. Once you import this matplotlib, when you write this percentage matplotlib inline function, then it will going to help in further drawing the plot. Means internally, what are the features of Python by default are given by compiler, it will be helpful in that. So sometime you need to write either like this, or when you're working in a textbook, sorry, when you're working in a notepad or any text editor, normally used to write like this, because both are valid. This is for importing the matplotlib. After importing, you are telling your compiler that you are considering matplotlib function that are given by matplotlib library to draw the graph. So these are, you can see here, pyplot is for plotting the graph, and this percentage is telling internal features that are given by this Colab for drawing a graph. Because see, um, there are two way of drawing the graph. One graph will be appear on the same screen. Another way is when you run the code, the graph will appear on pop-up window. So inline function will help us that you wanted to draw the graph on the same platform on this Google Colab itself. I will going to show you. I have one. I made one code. I will going to show that that if you run the code, how can the pop-up opens and graph can appear on the pop-up, not on this same file. For this real life project, when you're working with the real time data, at that time it will not work here. It won't come in the cell. In that case, you have to create in such a way that new pop-up will be open and this graph will appear that. So this inline is for telling the compiler, I want my graph to be on the same screen, same file, on a same cell. Am I clear to you?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Once you are done with this, you can read this. When you will going to read in a Jupyter notebook, you will going to write this code, not this code. This code is used for a Colab, but when you will work on Jupyter notebook, you just need to give a path here, wherever you have this data set. Then you can see the data set, how it is appearing with the help of head function. Then you can draw the graph there. So draw graph means when you wanted to see missing data, how you can see the missing data. So in the Seaborn heat map is a graph through which you can see what are the missing data. Like for example, sns.heatmap train.is null. Okay. In my training data, whatever data that I read here, you can see what is train here. Train is a variable in which I'm reading the data. Okay. I'm reading my Titanic data in the train variable. So here what I'm doing, I'm just passing train is dot null function, and I'm checking is y tick label is equal to false, c bar false, c map where this means it will going to give me the null value in my whole data set. So there are only two column which are having the null values. What are those? Age column and cabin column. So you can see the width of the yellow color, it's showing more frequently null values in the cabin, and there are less frequently null value in the age. Rest are completely having a data. but in age and cabin you have a lot of null value. So what are parameter you pass? Train dot is null that you wanted to check. Y tick label false means what will be your Y labels? It you don't want any Y label. Okay. C bar false means uh, you don't want any bar formation. You just wanted to check what null values. And CMap wordis means what kind of format you want. So if you any of thing is not clear, you can check for the heat map function and their parameter so that you can easily understand. Okay, so here it is showing that you can see the cabin has a lot of null values because you can see the frequency. So wherever the violet color is coming, it means there is a data. Wherever the yellows are coming, there are a lot of null values are there. So here,
एक
yeah,
तो आप ऊपर थोड़ा करेंगे जहाँ पे फाइल रीड कराई थी.
yes.
सो जैसे हमने फाइल डॉट अपलोड करा
Mm-hmm.
और हम यहीं पे इक्वल्स टू ट्रेन कर देते तो वो
Mm-hmm.
पॉसिबल था. ट्रेन इक्वल्स टू फाइल डॉट अपलोड कुछ इस टाइप से.
Train is equal to file dot upload. हाँ वो भी होता है uploaded is equal to file dot upload.
ओके, तो उस केस में हमें ये रीड वाला फंक्शन नहीं लिखना होगा ना.
कौन सा
ये
फंक्शन?
लिखना, ये जो ट्रेन करेगा पीजी डॉट रीड,
नहीं नहीं
ये करना होगा
लिख
क्योंकि
नहीं नहीं
ये डाटा फ्रेम बनाना है हमें इस वजह से.
हाँ तो ये दिस फंक्शन ये जो फंक्शन है मतलब ये जो हम यूज कर रहे हैं फाइल गूगल डॉट अपलोड ये सिर्फ गूगल में अपलोड करने के लिए कोलैब में ये रीड करने के लिए नहीं है ये जो है ये सिर्फ अपलोड कर रहे हैं आप ठीक है ये अपलोड करके फाइल के कॉलम को चेक कर लेता है जैसे आपने अपलोड करने के बाद ये बताएगा कि ये मेरी फाइल है इसमें कौन कौन से कॉलम है क्या क्या डेटा है ऐसा ही आपको पूरा दिखा देगा एक साथ ठीक है बट आपको डेटा फ्रेम के फॉर्मेट में इसको रीड करना है बिकॉज ये डेटा तो डेट आप रीड नहीं कर सकते ना right ये data no one can read you can see here it is coming like this right so it is just to upload it once you are done with uploading you need something to comes in a data format so data frame के format में create करने के लिए आपको ये use करना ही होगा then otherwise how you can understand what data is because after this when you are going to write a model you need to continuously check for this data frame कि मतलब values क्या है null value है क्या है right it is difficult to understand from here
तो
am I
जैसे
clear
आप,
mm-hmm.
यस है, सो जैसे आपने कहा कि अपलोड इक्वल्स टू फाइल डॉट अपलोड करते हैं, उस केस में ट्रेन इक्वल्स टू पीडी डॉट रीड सीएसपी फिर अपलोड लिख देंगे ना खाली ब्रैकेट में.
correct correct हाँ so यहाँ तक समझ में आ गया right so here
रीड में अब तक देखो.
हाँ हाँ करेक्ट सो यहाँ पे हीट मैप में आप नल वैल्यू देख सकते हो तो इसलिए ये सब ग्राफ बहुत ही मतलब इज लाइक अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस इज somewhat looks complex because we don't remember the argument but when you will work in the industry you can take a reference from the Google like how the parameter you can place it and based on that you have to work right so you can see I have added a comment also 20% of data are missing in the age column and in that cabin column more than that okay so I have already mentioned it and after that I'm drawing in a various format यहाँ पे अब मैं दिखा रहा हूँ कि जो मेरा survive column है ठीक है which is my target label in that target label okay how many is okay 1 minute yeah in that target column here और यहाँ पे मैं seaborn library यूज कर रहा हूँ ठीक है so इस seaborn library से I'm just counting that in that survived column how many is my survived how many is deceased so 0 is for like a death and 1 is for survived so I'm just counting it so in the form of graph it is showing so you don't need to count every value in the form of graph it can be understand that almost 550 people they died and almost 350 people they lived they left okay they are still alive so how you draw that SNS dot set style white grid means you want a graph with having a white grid background should be white then counter plot will go into sorry count plot will go into do the counting in which column survive column
What is your data? Train, where you have read that. Palette means what kind of format you want. So palette is like a red, blue, green color. So here you are given red and blue. So here it is coming this light red something, and this for blue. So palette means just a color format in which you want. Okay, next thing, you wanted to check how many people they lived and death based on their gender. How you can do that? Similar thing, just need to add hue as a secondary column where sex is a gender, and based on that you are checking like those who died in that, how many are male, how many are female, and those who lived alive in that, how many are male and how many are female. So you can see here, out of that people, there were almost 450 of them are male, and 100 and maybe around 80 they are female. And those who are still alive in that, out of 110, means something around 110 is male, and 120 102 around is female.
So
Are you understand? Yes.
what is the meaning of HUE equals to sex? So मतलब
This is a
ये
secondary consideration that you are doing here.
okay, so उसे HUE मतलब specifically कहा जाता है कि
So like hue means, like here, out of survived column, you added a secondary column also, which is sex, and hue means on that particular column you are trying to do further partition, further manipulation, you can say.
so it's a part of a syntax.
Yes, correct. So syntax is not a syntax. The hue will be a parameter that you need to pass if you wanted to consider one more column in the data. मतलब जितने जो बचे हैं उसमें कितने मेल फीमेल है उसको जानने के लिए आपको
तो
अगर यस
Q की जगह मैं जेंडर लिख दूं जेंडर इक्वल्स टू सेक्स तो
नहीं नहीं
चलेगा नहीं चलेगा
नहीं रॉन्ग हो जाएगा, बिकॉज
Q ही है
यू इज अ पैरामीटर है, और ये जो सेक्स मैंने पास किया यहाँ पर वो कॉलम है मेरे डेटा सेट में।
ये
तो अगर
प्री बिल्ट वो होगा
हाँ
पैरामीटर।
करेक्ट, ये जो एक्स है, ह्यू है, डेटा है और पैलेट है, ये सब प्री बिल्ट है। यहाँ पे भी मैंने डिफाइन किया, देखो अभी यहाँ पर ह्यू मैंने पी क्लास दिया, मतलब जितने बचे हैं उन जो जितने मतलब सर्वाइव जो मेरा टारगेट कॉलम है उसमें पी क्लास के अकॉर्डिंग मैंने क्लासीफाई किया है। देखो मतलब 1 2 3 क्लासेस, जैसे when we travel in a train we have a 3 classes: AC, first, second, third tier, sleeper class, right? So based on that we have done the classification, means those who zero means those who death, means those who have not survived in that, how many passenger they are from a class 1, they are traveling in a tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3, and those who alive in that, how many people they are traveling in a tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3, right? So this way I did that. Now if you wanted to check here in that means in your train data in age column, you wanted to drop all the null value, how you can do that? So based on that you can just write down SNS dist plot, means you wanted to plot histogram and you wanted to just drop all the null values. Okay, drop NA, all the null values or value that are not given, you wanted to drop, and you wanted to show in the form of graph, how you can represent it. So here maximum bin, so there are 4 parameter. First your data, KDE means it's one parameter that you wanted to make true and false for how many graph you wanted to appear, means how many uh, means column that you wanted to consider, color, that what color you wanted to represent, and bin, maximum how many bin you want. So wherever the null values are occurred, like here you can see, so here it is showing in the age of 0 to 10. So for 0 almost 30 values are missing, for age of around in between this these values are missing, um, for the age of this particular this age there is no missing data, for 70 almost this is missing data. So this way you can find it out. It is not mandatory, but in the form of graph you can represent it so that it will be easier for your higher authorities, or you can say your superior, your manager, to make a decision and to approve your code, because they don't have a time to see your code each and every column. So when, if you try to represent it in the form of graph, then it will be easy for anyone to make a decision out of that. So that's why I have shown you in the form of graph. You can make it like this, different graph on different column. You can just need to replace x is your independent feature. So you can try with a different graph. Okay, you can count it in this sib sp is one column. In that, when you draw count plot, it will going to count how many values belong to 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. So like this you can draw various graph. Once you are done with this, so this coupling you can ignore it. This is just for drawing some more graph. You can ignore this. Yeah. So you can see it here how I'm drawing the blocks plot also. If you wanted to check the range, okay, you just need to type SNS cbond dot. So here bar plot, count plot, box plot. So it will be easy for you to understand. SNS dot count plot for count, box plot for this boxes, heat map, and bar plot, histogram bin. You can do that. What you need to pass your column, okay, x and y. Data palette means the format of this. So this palette is something column which is like showing in what way you wanted to present, means color or like whatever. And box plot is used to show you the range of value, means for that particular column what was the range of value mostly lies in between. So this p class is one column which is showing that in class 1 most of the people they are in the age of mid of, means around you can say 28 to 49. This is around 27 you can consider, and this is 49. So in this class 1 most of the passenger they are of this age. So this box plot is used to tell you the range of a data. Okay, and this is also you can here this sign is not appearing. Okay, so the most of the data they are appearing in this range, but the data start from here till this line. So here like suppose class 2, so the data lies in the range of this one till here, but most of the data, most of the passenger, they are lies in this range. Okay, similarly for this also. Am I clear what is box plot is used for? Am
It's clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
uh,
one question, every time I have to write x equals to p plus, so ये मुझे याद करना होगा कि ये आ जाता है अपने आप ही जब हम डालेंगे
yeah,
एसएमएस डॉट बॉक्स पर।
कौन सा?
जैसे हमें पूरा लिखना होगा ना, जो भी इसका सिंटेक्स टाइप का जो है
Yes.
एसएमएस डॉट बॉक्स बॉक्स डॉट फिर
नहीं तो
ब्रैकेट, तो
ये
ये सारी चीजें अपने आप आ जाएंगी कि मतलब
नहीं
हेल्प हो
नहीं,
जाएगी कि रिमेम्बर करना होगा?
ये थोड़ा सा रिमेम्बर करना होता है। मतलब आप एक बार देख लो, जैसा कि आपको प्लॉट करना है ग्राफ, तो आप एक बार इसका सिंटेक्स देख लो। मतलब ये तो आपको याद रहेगा, एस एन एस डॉट क्या करना है, बॉक्स प्लॉट, बार प्लॉट, काउंट प्लॉट। उसके बाद आप एक्स भी दे दोगे, वाई भी दे दोगे, डेटा भी दे दोगे। पैलेट का थोड़ा सा है, ये तो ये अगर आप इसको इग्नोर कर दोगे तो उस पर कुछ ज़्यादा इफेक्ट नहीं होता, बट एक बार आप सिंटेक्स थोड़ा हमें चेक करना पड़ता है। So I will suggest you you can just have a look once syntax. Interview they won't ask this thing. They might ask you bar graph is used to represent what, box plot, recent. मुझे I remember in one interview they asked me this question for data analytics. What does this box plot, heat map they represent? At the time I was new, so I was unable to answer. But then I check some Google, so I come to know like this is used to tell the range of a data. This starting, this is your end point, and most of the data lies in this range. So they might ask you in this question, but they won't say you draw the graph. And data science mostly interviews are the open code challenge. Open internet means where they give you scenario and you have to use Google and you need to write down the code. You can't copy it, but you can take the references. So normally open source means open internet challenges they will give you in the like an interview. And once you are done with this, here I have written one function to just check impute age. I'm taking two class, age and p class, and I'm checking is if age is null, then I will not going to do anything. If my p class is equal to 1, I will going to return the age 37. As if p class is equal to 2, return the age 29, as return 24 or return age. Means this is just to check um, whether the page that particular passenger belong to which class. So I've written this one function based on the p class. I will going to calculate the age for the null value. In case suppose age is null and the class is going to be 1, so most of the data lies in a which range, so based on that I'm returning. Are you getting? Like suppose, as I told you, age column is having most of the null value, right? So in order to remove those null value, here I'm checking if my age of that data is null, then I will come inside. I will going to check is class is equal to 1. If class is 1, I'm just assigning one value 37. Why? Because for class 1, the data lies in the range of 27 to 50. So I have just randomly assigned 37. If you want, you can assign 40 also, nothing to worry on that. If class is 2, I will going to return 29, otherwise 24. As if PD is null age is, if the age is there, I will directly going to return the age. I mean to say that if age is not a null there, so obviously it will going to return the age, whatever the age is there. So this function will going to replace null value by the specific ages. Am I clear to you?
Yes.
After that, when I reapply this function on my age column and p class, and I call this function impute age x is 1. X is 1 means all the row wise data. So here you can see now age is nothing having a null value. Ages doesn't having null value. And why I have not done for cabin? Because cabin is not an important column for me. It's not a deciding column for me. So I have not done for the cabin. But if you want, you can do it for that also. But you can see it here. Let's go ahead and drop the cabin column and the row embark, that is NaN. So cabin column is not mandatory or not more deciding column, so I have not considered it. I dropped that. Okay, once I drop this, you can see how to drop that. Train drop cabin column x is 1, so it will going to vertically drop that column. In place true means in place true, when you will going to do it, it will going to delete that column. Okay, and with that all the rows of that specific column, then you can see that cabin is it, there is no cabin column here. Then you can type that train.info. It will give you how many non-null values are there. So you can see there's no null values, all are having non-null. Then after that, I just converted my embark column into get dummy. Get dummy function is used to convert any column into numeric value, just like survive column. Survive column is having value survive and this is, so I convert into 0 and 1. Why? So that the formula can easily understand that. So same way here I converted that. So here I converted that into numeric value. So for that, what function we need to use? We need to use get dummy. Similarly, sex also means gender also having categorical data, right? So you can use 0, 1, 0 for female, 1 is for male, right? So you can use that also. So you need to use get dummy function. This is also, remember, this is most important function, get dummy function. They might ask you, why do we use get dummy function? You should be able to answer that. Get dummy function is used to convert categorical column into numeric value. Why do we use that? So that your model can easily understand the numeric value, and it is good for model preparation and for prediction. So that's the reason I converted this two column into my numeric value. After conversion, I drop those column. Dropping doesn't mean here that they are not relevant. Dropping means I'm dropping from my train data, but it is still there. Okay, so once you drop it, you can think it like I have drop it, and then I concatenate it all this column, and then I add it in my data set train.head. So you can see here this Q and S is one column that I created based on this after combining this three column. Are you getting, or like it's looking complex? You can see this gender column, it should not be male. This is a gender column, which is sex column. It is having value 1001, right? So it is, one is for male and this is for zero. Zero is for female. This male should not come. It will be converted into the gender. Might be wrongly we have given. Let me check once. But we can change it, and that is not the big deal. We can change this one hot with the help of one hot encoding. Okay, so this get dummy function, it will going to convert into the numeric value. Don't go for this male as of now. I will see it because here it should come gender. Might be there is some problem in the code, but it will come sex here. And how this get dummy function they work, let me show you. See, so get dummy function, what they do, suppose you have this categorical data, okay? So this categorical data will be converted into 100 some value, okay? Now, suppose this categorical data first convert into column. How many data you have, unique data, it will convert into the column. And for that data, suppose here, first is a white, okay? So that's why this is 1. Okay, rest all are 0. Why? Because this is for white. Next is your red. Okay, so for that red column will become having value will become 1, another are becoming 0. This is called one hot encoding format. You can see it here also. Okay, it is not clear here. Mm, okay, you can understand from here itself. So here you can see black. So black is coming in which column? This column. So for this, the data is 1, other datas are inactive 0. Am I clear to you?
सो ये सिर्फ हम गेट डमी से ही मिल जाएगा तो और कुछ एडिशनल नहीं
नहीं, ये गेट डमी से वन हॉट एनकोडिंग के फॉर्मेट में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. एंड व्हाई डू वी यूज दिस? सो दैट योर मॉडल कैन इजीली अंडरस्टैंड, बिकॉज न्यूमेरिक डेटा मॉडल इजीली लर्न करता है. एंड यस,
तो जैसे जो कोड था उसमें खाली मेल आ रहा था तो एक और कॉलम आ चाहिए ना फीमेल का.
हाँ करेक्ट. तो जो डेटा है, जैसे यहाँ पे 5 यूनिक कैटेगरीज है, तो उसको वो कॉलम में कन्वर्ट करता है. और जहाँ पे भी वो डेटा फाइंड आउट है, जैसे यहाँ पे वाइट है, तो वाइट में ही 1 आएगा, रेस्ट 0 आएगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे डेटा वाइट है. यहाँ पे रेड है तो रेड में 1 आएगा. इट मीन दैट for this particular data, this red is the data, so this is 1, rest are 0. So like this one hot encoding works. तो यहाँ पे ओके, अभी यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है ना कि जो मेल एंड फीमेल, यहाँ पे दोनों आने चाहिए था, बट इट इज शोइंग ओनली मेल. दैट आई एम लुकिंग हियर. आई विल गोइंग टू चेक दैट. हियर इट शुड हैव शोन मेल फीमेल बोथ. और जहाँ पे भी मेल है वहाँ पे 1 आना चाहिए था, और जहाँ पे फीमेल का डेटा है वहाँ पे 0 आना चाहिए था. तो ऐसे रिप्रेजेंट होना, जैसे यहाँ पे क्यू एन एस क्यों आ रहा है, देखो मैं दिखाता हूँ. ये देखो, इसमें क्या है, एम्बार्क में सी और एस आया, ठीक है. यहाँ पे कौन कौन से कॉलम है, एस सी और क्यू भी होगा, ठीक है. तो इसमें बेस्ड ऑन दैट यहाँ पर सिर्फ इसने QNS 2 कॉलम दिखाया है, सी इसलिए नहीं दिखाया क्योंकि मे बी सी बहुत नल वैल्यू होगा, बट सी भी आना चाहिए यहाँ पे। तो it depends on like how the data are coming, but normally one hot encoding will convert like this only. I will check once again this data and I will going to show you, but just understand like how one hot encoding works. It will convert the categorical variable into the column. Like here it should come both male and female and embark column ka QNS, and for that with respect to wherever the data are there, it should show 1 and 0. Then after that I called this sklearn model selection. From this sklearn I just import train test split. I divided into train test. Do you understand the meaning of this four?
यस
What
तो
is hmm,
फर्स्ट वन जैसे जो हम दो में बांटते हैं ना
hmm,
डेटा को, ट्रेन एंड
hmm,
टेस्ट में, तो
hmm,
एक्स हो गया हमारा जो इनपुट जो
hmm, hmm,
इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल होते हैं,
hmm,
वाई हो गया डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल जो हम प्रेडिक्ट करेंगे। तो
hmm, hmm. But what is X test and Y test? See, this X train is your
टेस्ट टेस्ट इज द वन ऑन विच वी विल परफॉर्म द टेस्टिंग। सो पहले तो ट्रेन कर दिया, उसके बाद टेस्ट करेंगे एक्यूरेसी वगैरह चेक करने के लिए।
okay. Then what is this Y train and Y test?
तो वाई तो हमारा जो आउटपुट होता है ना उसके लिए,
Hmm,
जैसे हम तो ट्रेन को लिंक करा जाएगा वाई ट्रेन से,
hmm, hmm,
ताकि हम ट्रेनिंग टाइम पे पता चल सके हमारा आउटपुट जो सही आ रहा है। उसके
correct.
बाद टेस्ट के टाइम पे जब एक्स टेस्ट होगा और वाई
Yes.
टेस्ट का वो देखेंगे कि कितना मतलब एरर आ रहा है, कितना
Hmm,
एक्यूरेसी आ
hmm,
रहा है।
correct. So ये ट्रेन टेस्ट होता है और ये डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल के लिए है। So here, what are the column you are going to drop? See, out of the total column, you have to drop survive column. Why survive? Because ये target है, तो target को तुम learning में consider नहीं करोगे, ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे तुमको drop करना होगा। उसके बाद तुम यहाँ पे टेस्ट साइट 0.30 दियो, मतलब 0.30 मतलब क्या है कि तुम्हारा टेस्ट डेटा सेट 30% है, ट्रेन डेटा सेट 80% है, ठीक है? और यहाँ पे तुम सर्वाइव कॉलम मतलब सी ट्रेन डॉट ड्रॉप मतलब ट्रेनिंग में तुम इनपुट फीचर दे रहे हो, फिर ट्रेन सर्वाइव एज अ टेस्ट डेटा दे रहे हो, ठीक है? एक्सिस 1 मतलब एक स्पेसिफिक रो का ऑल कॉलम। एक्सिस 1 वर्सेस एक्सिस 0 में दिखाता हूँ, एक मिनट। देखो, एक्सिस 0 मतलब एक स्पेसिफिक कॉलम का पूरा रो, एक्सिस 1 मतलब पूरे कॉलम को कंसिडर करना है, ठीक है? ये हमेशा रिमेंबर रखना। इट इज समटाइम कंफ्यूजिंग एक्सिस 0 एंड एक्सिस 1। एक्सिस 1 मीन्स ऑल कॉलम, एक्सिस रो मीन्स फॉर स्पेसिफिक कॉलम ऑल द रोज, ठीक है? तो हम एक्सिस 1 पास कर रहे, इट मीन्स ऑल द कॉलम ऑल द रो डेटा यू वांट। So that's the reason here I am passing axis 1. Random state means randomly you will going to pick the data. After every 101 data, you are going to pick the random data. So this some value we pass it to this random state. It means it will going to tell that you are going to randomly pick the set of data. Okay. Once you are done with this, you will going to do the prediction. You will go into actual call logistic regression. Logistic regression, you will going to make a fit on your train and test data. Once you are done with this, you will going to predict that on your test data set. So it will going to, when you are going to predict it, it will going to give you some values, and then classification, with the help of classification report, you can generate the result. So almost 82% accuracy it is giving. You can print the result also prediction. I have not printed here, but when you will going to do it, just print this code. Okay, you will get the, I have already shared you on the Trello. Okay, so from there you just download this code of logistic regression and your Titanic dataset and try to do this, and just print this prediction also. So you will come to know what actually they are predicting your survive column on your whole data set. So the survive column value they will going to give you, just match that value with the actual value. Okay, so in that logistic regression, I told you they use the concept of sigmoid function. If you remember, with the probability concept of 0.5, if the probability of occurrence is more than means if the sigmoid after calculation giving value more than 0.5, it belong to one category, otherwise another category. If you remember, this is in the last class I've already explained.
function 1/1 plus
Yes,
e to the power.
yeah, 1 upon 1 plus e to the power minus x, where this is your 0.5 and this is your probability. Either to this range it will come or this range it will come. So it will be in the range of 0 and 1. So it this is your sigmoid function, 1 upon 1 plus e to power minus beta x. Beta is your coefficient that we have seen. So it will work like this. Weight, what I was saying, beta 0, beta 1, beta 2, that I said you, right? That is called weight. Weight means it is added by your algorithm to give the importance to your features. X1, X2, X3 is your feature, and output will come in a categorical format. Am I clear to you now?
Yes.
Okay, so this code is already shared. Practice this, and linear regression is very easy. It's not difficult. This code is very easy. Will you able to practice this on linear regression?
Yeah, I will try.
Yeah. So this is a linear regression one. This is a best fit line, which is your prediction done by algorithm, and this is your actual data. So based on this graph, you can find it out relation between your input feature X and output feature Y, and how what is the difference. This is means the distance between this red line and blue dot is your error, means how much your prediction is correct based on the distance. Minimum is the distance between your prediction and actual data, more better is your model. But here we find it out that the points, some of the points that are occurring very far from this best fit line, means your prediction done by algorithm. So this algorithm is having less accuracy. You can see it here, the 47% accuracy is there, error is there. So because of that only, because your prediction is coming very far from your best fit line. So just run this so that you can get an idea. This both the code with dataset is already shared. You can get this dataset on the same GitHub on this pandas tutorial. This pandas rar and data engineering, this both file you download it. In this both the file you will get the code. Okay, so with the data set, insurance data set is there for this linear regression, and for logistic regression it's Titanic train data set. Am I clear to you?
Yes.
Any question that you wanted to ask? And one more thing, tomorrow probably I will going to start MySQL for another batch. I will speak to ma'am once, and if everything, like if she okay, then you can also join that link for the data set, same 4 p.m. Database query.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, okay.
One more thing.
Hmm.
आप है ना वो स्लाइड्स जो कि पीपीटी और क्या कहते हैं